Now look, we know the Albanese government's addicted to spending, and what we are now learning too is they're addicted to taxing. Here's the Treasurer.
The substantial progress that we've made in repairing the budget comes from all different categories of effort. You know, for example, I increased taxes in the PRRT.
Now, it's not only wealth taxes he's thinking of, like the coming new tax on unearned income of big super accounts, because now it seems Labor's toying with the reintroduction of a carbon tax. That's right, the very tax that Julia Gillard said would never, ever happen.
There will be no carbon tax under the government I lead.
Well, that was the election campaign. She won. Of course, she introduced one, didn't she? And more than anything else, it cost her government. And while she might be gone, not so the left's obsession. Confirmation today that a revamped carbon tax is a key policy priority for the ACTU. In its submission to the government's upcoming productivity summit, or let's call it a tax summit, the ACTU is calling for the introduction of an economy-wide carbon price. And it goes as far as to claim that the Gillard government's economy-wide carbon price was a success. In its submission, the ACTU said that Gillard's carbon tax saw emissions fall, the economy grow, and that adversely impacted Australians were compensated. And the ACTU cited a survey supposedly showing that some 86% of economists identified a carbon price as the most efficient way to reach net zero. Well, never let the facts get in the way of a good bit of spin here. I'll tell you that to the ACTU, because the truth is the Gillard's carbon tax put up power prices by about 10%. And that cost impost cascaded through the entire economy. And as for being popular, well, Tony Abbott won a landslide campaigning against Labor's great big tax on everything, and then he repealed it. But the left can't help themselves, can they? They never change, they rarely listen, they rarely learn, and they always think they know better than you.